Hi guys! Welcome sa Engineered Math Channel. Sa video na to ay ituturo ko sa inyo ang resultant of force vectors. So kung gusto niyo itong matutunan, just keep on watching. Okay. So far, sa physics playlist ko ay naturo ko na sa inyo yung concept ng vectors as well as yung components ng vectors. So nakapag-solve na rin tayo ng problem in finding the resultant of two or more vectors. So ngayon ay ituturo ko naman sa inyo kung paano hanapin yung resultant ng force vectors using the parallelogram rule or yung laws ng triangles, particularly cosine law tsaka sine law. So, ito kasing resultant of force vectors, siya yung sum or equivalent force ng two or more vectors na nag-a-act sa isang body. Okay, so reviewin natin yung cosine law tsaka sine law given this triangle. So, by the way, meron na pala akong video about cosine law tsaka sine law. So, kung hindi nyo pa napapanood, ay lilink ko na lang para ma-check nyo. So, given this triangle ABC, cosine law states that a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of angle A. B squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine of angle B. And c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine angle C. Okay? Then yung sine law naman, a over sine angle A is equal to b over sine angle B equals to c over sine angle C. Okay, so medyo familiar naman dapat kayo dito, ano? So, let's try to solve sample problems para ma-illustrate natin yung paghanap ng resultant of force vectors using this method. Okay? Okay, so determine the magnitude and direction of resultant force for the screw I subjected to two forces F1 and F2. Okay, so meron daw tayong screw I, tapos may force na nag-a-act sa kanya, particularly itong F1, 100 Newton, at an angle of 15 degrees from the horizontal, at F2, which is 150 Newton, at an angle of 10 degrees from the vertical. So, paano natin hanapin yung resultant niyan? So, kung i-redraw ko lang, okay, so gawa tayo ng X and Y axis. So, let's say sa origin nagmi-meet yung dalawang point, concurrent force. So, let's say ito yung F2, inclined at 10 degree from the vertical. Tapos, let's say ito yung F1, let's say inclined 15 degree from the horizontal. Tapos, yung magnitude nitong F1, so medyo maliit, litan natin, is 100 Newton. Tapos, itong F2 is 150 Newton. So, pwede tayong bumuo ng parallelogram dito. So, di ba kapag nagko-connect tayo ng vectors, i-connect natin yung head ng unang vector doon sa tail ng pangalawang vector. So, let's draw the parallel vector for F1 here. Okay? Or, pwede rin naman dito sa vector F1, di ba ito yung head ng vector F1, pwede nating i-draw yung tail ng vector F2 na parallel din dito. So, let's say ito. Okay, so connect natin dito. Tapos, yung resultant, syempre, from starting point doon sa dulo. Ito. So, nakabuo tayo ng parallelogram. So, ngayon, ang pwede natin gawin is i-apply natin yung properties ng parallelogram. So, hanapin muna natin tong angle na to. So, di ba ito ay 90 degree? Ito ay 10. Ito ay 15. So, 10 plus 15 is 25. So, ilan na lang to? Since 90 to. So, 90 minus 25 is 65. So, 65 ito. So, meron tayong properties na yung opposite angles ng parallelogram ay equal. So, therefore, ito ay 65 din. Okay? Tapos, para makuha natin ito, dalawang angle na to, dapat congruent din siya, diba? Ang sum ng interior angles ng parallelogram or any quadrilateral is 360. So, 360 minus 2 times itong dalawang to, 65 degree, divide 2. Kasi equal sila. So, equal yan saan? 115 degree. So, ito ay 115 degree. So, kung i-consider na lang natin itong half ng parallelogram, which is itong triangle na to, nakabuo tayo ng triangle. Let's say, ito yung resultant, ito yung force F1, tapos ito yung force F2. Ito yung resultant. So, our F2 is 150 Newton. F1 is 100 Newton. So, ito, nakuha na natin na 115 degree, right? So, meron na tayong dalawang side ng triangle, which is yung magnitude ng force F1 na 100 Newton, tapos yung magnitude ng force F2 na 150 Newton, at included angle na 115 degree. So, pwede natin gamitin yung cosine law para ma-solve si R. So, R is equal to square root ng square ng dalawang magnitude ng forces. So, 100 square plus 150 square minus 2 times sum ng dalawang force. So, 150 times 100 multiplied by the cosine nung included angle nila na 115 degree. So, using calculator, ano yung magnitude ng resultant natin? Approximately 212.16 Newton. Or sige, gawin na natin 213 Newton. Okay? Now, ang kulang na lang is mahanap natin yung angle na to from the horizontal nung resultant. Kasi kailangan niya ng direction, di ba? Kasi vector siya. So, with respect dito sa horizontal axis. So, pwede natin gawin ay hanapin natin itong angle na to. Let's say, di ba ito ay 15? Ito ay, let's say, theta. Kasi, para mahanap natin itong resultant, yung angle ng resultant with respect sa horizontal, add natin itong theta at saka 15. So, hanapin muna natin itong theta. So, di ba meron na tayong R na 212.16. Pwede na natin gamitin yung sine law. So, let's say, etong opposite dito sa theta, which is 150 Newton over sine ng theta, equal sa ratio nitong magnitude ng resultant natin, let's say, 212.16 over yung sine ng angle opposite sa kanya, yung given, sine 115 degree. So, therefore, sine theta is equal to, cross-multiply lang, 150 Newton times sine 115 degree over 212.6. Then, kunin yung value nito, then theta is arc sine nito. So, using calculator, theta is approximately what? 39.8 degree. Right? So, ngayon, sabi ko nga, para mahanap nyo yung pinaka-direction ng resultant angle, let's say, alpha. So, theta plus 15 degree. So, we have 39.8 degree plus 15 degree is equal to 54.8 degree. Okay? So, therefore, the resultant is 212.6 Newton at an angle of 54.8 degree from the horizontal. Okay? Next, we have resolve the horizontal 600-pound force below into components acting along M and N axis and determine the magnitude of these components. Okay, so ito raw yung figure natin. So this time, given yung resultant force na 600 pound, tapos i-resolve daw natin itong resultant na to doon sa forces acting along the M and N axis. So hanapin natin yung dalawang force na to, let's say Fm tsaka Fn, na nag-a-act dito sa M and N axis. So again, draw muna tayo ng figure. Okay, so draw muna natin yung parallelogram. So let's say ito yung line of action for force N. Okay, tapos ito yung resultant na 600 pound. Tapos meron pang axis M kung saan nag-a-act yung force M. Okay. Ngayon, draw tayo ng parallelogram based on this figure. So again, let's say ito yung force N, ito yung force M. Draw tayo dito sa head ng force N ng tail ng another force na parallel dito sa force M. Okay, so parang ganyan. Okay. So dapat yung head nitong force na to is connected doon sa head ng resultant natin para meron tayong closed figure. And then, draw din natin from this head nung force M, another force parallel dito sa force N. Okay? So, medyo pangit. So, lakihan ko pa to, habaan ko pa to. So, parang ganyan. So, force M. Okay, draw tayo ng parallel force dito sa force N. Okay. So, therefore, meron na tayong parallelogram na nabuo. So, ito, kasi dito 30, right? Ito rin, 30. Okay, so ano ngayon itong angle na to? So, since ito ay straight line, ang sum nito ay 180. So, meron ka ng 30, 30, so 60. So, 180 minus 60 is 120 to. Okay, so, parang meron ka ng angle ng parallelogram na to na 120 plus 30 is 150. So, 150 na to. So, therefore, ito, 150 rin. Right? Tapos, para makuha natin itong dalawang angle na to, again, apply natin yung concept na yung sum nung interior angle nung parallelogram is 360 degree minus itong dalawang nakuha nating angle na 150. So, 2 times 150 divided by 2 kasi equal sila. So, masasolve natin is 30 degree. So, 30 degree to, then 30 degree din to. Okay, so, siguro kahit itong triangle na lang na to yung kuhain natin. So, meron ka ng 30, tapos 30. Ano ngayon to? So, tandaan nyo, ito lang yung angle na to, hindi yung buong 150. So, alam natin na yung sum ng angle nung triangle is 180. So, 180 minus 30 is 120. So, 120 lang to. So, i-redraw ko yung triangle, na-applyan natin ng either sine or cosine law. Okay, so ito ay 600 pound. So, ito yung force M, tapos ito yung force N. So, again, ito ay 30, ito ay 30, ito ay 120 degree. So, pinapahanap yung magnitude nitong Fm tsaka Fn. So, ang magagamit lang natin pala dito is sine law. So, we have Fm over sine ng opposite angle sa kanya na 120 is equal doon sa given natin, yung 600 pound na resultant over yung sine ng angle opposite sa 600 pound force which is 30. So, sine 30. So, therefore, Fm is equal to 600 times sine 120 degree over sine 30 degree. So, using calculator, it is equal to what? 1,039 pound. And then, para naman sa Fn, sine law ulit. So, gamitin naman natin yung Fn over sine. Opposite sa kanyang angle is 30. So, sine 30 equal dun din sa 600 pound over sine 30. So, therefore, Fn is equal to 600 pound times sine 30 cross multiply over sine 30 degree. So, therefore, equal pala sila kasi cancel to, diba? 600 pound. Okay? Next, we have determine the magnitude of the component force F in figure below and the magnitude of the resultant force Fr if Fr is directed along the positive y-axis. Okay, so ito raw yung figure natin. Hanapin daw natin yung magnitude ditong force F at yung resultant Fr which is directed along daw sa positive y-axis. Okay, so redraw natin. So, let's say ito yung positive y-axis. Ito yung x-axis. So, ito yung force F, which is 45 degree from the y-axis. Tapos, meron tayong 200 pound force. Okay, kunyari ito. Which is 30 degree from the x-axis. So, ito raw yung magiging resultant natin, which is along the y-axis. So, Fr. Tapos, ito si force F to be determined. So, draw natin yung parallelogram. So, dito sa head ng 200 pound force, mag-draw tayo ng force na parallel dito sa force F. Yung tail niya, patungo doon sa head ng resultant natin na Fr. Tapos, dito rin naman sa head ng force F, mag-draw tayo ng force na parallel sa 200 pound force. So, simula sa tail niya, papunta dito sa resultant Fr. Okay, so hanapin natin yung mga angle. So, di ba ito ay 90? Meron ka ng 30, therefore ito ay 60. Okay, so therefore itong kabuang angle na to is 45 degree plus 60 degree is 105 degree. So, same as dito, 105 degree. Para mahanap tong dalawang angle na to, which are congruent, 360 degree uli minus 2 times yung 105 degree over 2. Kasi equal sila. So, it is equal to 75. So, 75 to, 75 din to. Gamitin na lang natin itong kalahating triangle na to. So, redraw natin. So, parang ganito na siya. So, ito si FR. Ito si F, which is to be found. Tapos, ito ay 200 pound. So, ito ay 60, ito ay 75, at ito ay... So, para makuha to, 180 degree minus 60 minus 75, we have 45. So, ito ay 45 degree. Okay, so para makuha natin itong si force F, sine law lang. So, we have F over sine ng angle opposite sa kanya, itong 60 degree, equal doon sa ratio nitong 200 pound force over nung sine ng angle opposite sa kanya, which is 45 degree. So, therefore, F is equal to, cross-multiply ko lang si sine 60, 200 pound times sine 60 over sine 45 degree. So, using calculator, it is approximately equal to 245 pound. Next, yung magnitude naman ng resultant force FR. So, sine law ulit. So, we have FR over sine ng angle opposite sa kanya, which is itong 75 degree, equal dun sa given ulit na 200 pound over sine ng angle opposite sa kanya na 45 degree. So, therefore, FR is simply cross-multiply 200 pound times sine 75 degree over sine 45 degree. So, therefore, FR is approximately 273 pound. Okay? So, I think that's it for this video, resultant of force vectors. So, practice lang kayong mag-solve. So, dapat marunong kayong mag-analyze ng figure, kung paano bumuo ng parallelogram at triangle na i-analyze nyo, kung paano hanapin yung parts ng triangle na yon, applying geometric facts, and then tsaka nyo apply yung sine at cosine law. Okay, so sana ay may natutunan kayo sa video na to at maraming salamat sa panonood.